The Winchester Mystery House is one of the most bizarre and haunted mansions in America. Located in San Jose, California, it is an architectural oddity, filled with staircases that lead to nowhere, doors that open into walls, and hidden passages. Built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of William Wirt Winchester, the house was designed under mysterious circumstances. Sarah believed she was haunted by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. To escape their wrath, she kept building, without stopping, for 38 years, but among the countless stories of hauntings and ghostly whispers, one stands out. A tale buried beneath layers of time, whispered only in hushed tones by those who dare to remember. This is the story of the men who disappeared inside the Winchester Mystery House, never to be seen again. The vanishing of Daniel Morrison. It was 1924 when Daniel Morrison first set foot in the Winchester Mystery House. He was a well-known journalist from San Francisco, famous for debunking ghost stories and exposing fraudulent mediums. Daniel had built his career on proving the supernatural didn't exist. When he heard the legends surrounding the Winchester Mystery House, he saw an opportunity, one last grand expose that would cement his legacy. Sarah Winchester had passed away 2 years earlier, in 1922, leaving the mansion in the hands of caretakers. The house had already gained a reputation for being haunted, with workers and visitors reporting eerie whispers, shadowy figures, and chilling drafts. But Daniel didn't believe any of it. He arrived on a cold October evening, accompanied by his assistant, Harold Finch. The two had arranged a private tour with a caretaker named Joseph Randall, who had worked in the mansion for over a decade. Randall, a thin man with a nervous demeanor, was reluctant to let them in after dark. "I've seen things in this house," he warned. "Things that make no sense. If you get lost, I may not be able to find you," Daniel chuckled. "Ghosts, Mr. Randall. People do. And people make mistakes." Harold, more skeptical than Daniel, simply rolled his eyes. "Let's just get this over with." With that, the three men stepped inside, a house that shifts. The air inside the Winchester house was heavy, thick with the scent of aged wood and something else, something Daniel couldn't quite place. As they moved through the endless hallways, he took notes, marking down every oddity: doors leading to nowhere, windows built into floors, stairs that twisted in impossible directions. Sarah Winchester was trying to confuse spirits, Randall explained. She believed that if she kept building, they wouldn't be able to find her. Daniel smirked. Or maybe she was just a wealthy woman with an eccentric hobby. They entered a room that seemed unfinished, walls half-painted, wooden planks strewn across the floor. At the far end was a single door. Unlike the others, it wasn't ornate or grand. It was plain, almost hidden in the shadows. Randall's face turned pale. "We shouldn't go in there." "Why not?" Harold asked. Randall hesitated before whispering, "That door wasn't here yesterday." Silence. Daniel exchanged a glance with Harold before stepping forward. "Nonsense. A house this big, you probably just never noticed it before." Ignoring Randall's protests, Daniel turned the knob and stepped inside. The room beyond was different. It was smaller than expected, the walls covered in strange symbols. The temperature dropped instantly. Daniel felt an unnatural pressure in the air, like something was watching them, and then the door slammed shut. The missing men, Harold and Randall, pounded on the door, their voices rising in panic. But there was no answer. Inside the room, Daniel tried to call out, but his voice felt swallowed by the air itself. A deep, resonating whisper filled the space, a chorus of voices speaking in a language he didn't understand, and then, silence, when Randall and Harold managed to break the door open. The room was empty. Daniel Morrison was gone, no sign of struggle. No footprints. No way out. The only thing left behind was his notebook, lying in the center of the floor. The last words he had written, "The walls are moving, unanswered questions." Search teams combed the Winchester house for weeks, but Daniel was never found. Some believed he had gotten lost in one of the mansion's many hidden passageways. Others whispered that the spirits had taken him, one more soul trapped in the labyrinth of the dead. To this day, visitors claim to hear frantic scribbling in the dead of night, as if someone is still taking notes. A shadowy figure, resembling Daniel Morrison, has been seen wandering the halls, always searching, but never escaping, and deep within the Winchester Mystery House, there remains a door that wasn't there before. A door that no one dares to open.